KCCI investigates concerns from some medical staff working at Mercy One. As KCCI's Alex Sachs shows us, those concerns range from the number of patients assigned to each nurse to potential delays in care. And we took those concerns directly to Mercy One's administration.
They sat down with us to talk about the steps they're taking to keep patients safe.
We've had a lot of changes come in and out, which is to be expected with a new company. However, some of those changes are not for the better.
KCCI Investigates spoke to 7 nurses who have worked for Mercy One in the last year. They all brought up similar concerns about patient safety. Only one would go on camera, although she asked us to hide her identity.
They want us to take more patients on our day shifts and our night shifts, where right now we're 5 to 1 and at night we're 6 to 1.
Nurses handle different numbers of patients based on the type of care needed. This nurse says on a post-surgery floor, each nurse usually takes care of fewer patients. And she tells us that changed on her floor and became difficult to manage.
It's hard taking care of 6 patients and being in charge of their lives.
Jennifer Missajet is one of the top nursing administrators for Mercy One and Trinity Health. She agrees there have been some differences since the merger, but says the idea is to add nursing hours.
We definitely have made some changes as we've augmented our virtual nurse program. We do have 3-person teams where we have our virtual nurse, and then we have our bedside care team, which is the bedside nurse and usually a PCT.
A PCT is a patient care technician, someone who helps care for patients. The virtual nursing program is meant to give nurses on the floor more time to work directly with patients. The nurse we spoke to says it has its pros and cons.
They're never hands-on. They get to do, I will say they get to do a lot, like they do chart like our routine rounds. They chart most of those, I should say. They can only do what they see.
Nurses we talked to say there have been more changes than adding the virtual nurses. And they worry about delays in wound care and medication being given on time.
I'm telling you, as a bedside nurse, I've seen chest tube sites that haven't been changed. Lucky me. I've been very fortunate. I've not, made a mistake that has had a bad outcome. However, I've had coworkers who've had, close calls.
Mercy One says those situations go against their training and practices.
We also have wound care nurses, which are great. They cover the whole hospital. They specialize in all types of wounds. The other thing that is very, very interesting is because of the sophistication of the virtual nurse equipment, they can certainly help address that, and they can assess not just wounds. They can look at skin color, they can look at circulation. So definitely if there is worries about that, the recommendation always is if you think they need a wound nurse consult, we would consult our wound nurse. But if they felt like they couldn't get back and check, say, a post-surgical dressing, and maybe they were worried about bleeding, the virtual nurse can absolutely help them and say, I can beam into that room and I can check that dressing for you.
Missajet says there's been turnover this year, but numbers have stabilized. And Mercy One did announce a hiring event for night nurses. The nurse we spoke to on camera says there were a number of meetings between administration and staff. Missajet confirms this, but the nurse who came forward to us felt like their voices weren't heard.
That was when I officially decided I would be leaving Mercy One, probably never returning. That's not the nurse that I want to be.
We encourage them to reach out because we have nurses that are not taking care of patients every time. If it's a charge nurse, she may be running the unit, but she can stop running the unit and working with the doctors and taking all the phone calls and orders and give medications.
I'm concerned at the end of the day that someone's going to die. That is my concern.
KCCI Investigates reached out to the Iowa Nursing Association. Staffing levels remain a challenge and a major topic, says the group's president, Greg Opseth.
When it comes to staffing ratios and staffing levels, that's a very, very loaded and contentious topic.
Iowa does not have a legal requirement for a nurse-to-patient ratio per shift. Neither do most states. California is the only U.S. state with a legal standard. Iowa also does not require hospitals to publish their nursing numbers.
The part that I want to reinforce and emphasize is collaboration and empowerment for the frontline nurses.
In Des Moines, Alex Sachs, KCCI 8 News, Iowa's news leader.
Mercy One says patient satisfaction does remain high, and that's a benchmark they track often.
The hospital group also says the virtual nursing program is helping with the nursing shortage. The Mercy One administrator mentioned the virtual nursing program and how it can help with wound care as one example, but there is a lot more that it can do.
It's amazing to me.
KCCI Investigates got an inside look at the program from the patient's bedside to the virtual nursing hub. We'll show you tonight on KCCI 8 News at 10.